Hello everybody, welcome to Torontopia. Today we are taking a walk in Toronto's South Core district. It's Monday, April 26, 2021. Time is 1 p.m. and it's 8 degrees Celsius. A nice sunny day in downtown Toronto. We are crossing over the bridge from the entertainment district to South Core, which is basically in between the Gardiner Expressway and the rail tracks, which we're walking over right now. This is one of Toronto's major tourist destinations. You got the Sky Dome on one side, which is now called the Rogers Centre, where the Toronto Blue Jays play baseball, and right across from that you got the CN Tower and the aquarium. There's the CN Tower. It used to be the tallest freestanding structure in the world. It's not anymore, but for 30 years it was the tallest. It does have, I'm not sure if it's still the highest observation, but I think it has the highest observation deck. It's got a restaurant up there too. So we are walking in Toronto during the COVID pandemic, and basically Toronto is in lockdown because COVID is going crazy in the province of Ontario. The hospitals are almost at the breaking point. They're almost completely full. So now they're having to do temporary, what's the right word, treatment tents outside in parking lots of hospitals. So here we are in one of Toronto's major tourist districts, and this area is usually full of tourists. Lots and lots of people, and right now, as you can see, it's completely empty, and that's probably due to the CN Tower being closed, the stadium being closed, the aquarium also being closed. Almost everything is in lockdown right now. Restaurants are closed, only takeout. Movie theaters are closed, all like concert halls, entertainment. Stores are closed, except for essential stores like drug stores and grocery stores. And I think hardware stores might be open too, but mostly everything is all closed down. We are in almost full lockdown in Ontario. And until the COVID numbers come down, we're probably going to be in lockdown for a while, to almost the end of the month or longer. This is just eerie. Usually you'd see hundreds of people walking around. The city is a ghost town. There you got the Rogers Centre, and right now they're in the process of changing it. They're not sure if they're going to renovate the stadium, possibly rebuild another stadium, or just redevelop the area. Rogers now owns the stadium, so Rogers is planning on doing some changes. Another thing that's coming to this district is a new tourist attraction right on the corner, right in that direction there, right beside Rogers Centre. There's going to be a tourist attraction called, I think it's called Fly Over Canada, and it's one of those simulated rides that you sit on and they take you on a trip across the country. Also, they're going to open up, I think, a restaurant and a coffee shop or bar One of those kinds of things I was reading. So it's going to bring more tourists to the area. And across the street you have a bar nightclub with all kinds of gaming and amusements, dancing. You also have the Railway Museum. It's a very small one, but it's a nice little museum. And beside that you have a brewery. It's quite popular. I think it's called Steam Whistle Brewery. So you can do like beer tasting events. And over there you got the condos and hotel. Although I think the CN Tower is the major tourist draw in the area. There used to be a nightclub up in the CN Tower many moons ago. So now we are heading east. This is Railway Park, and this area used to be completely covered with railway tracks. The public was not allowed in this area. It was just all for the rail services. And that's where the roundhouse is. They kept the historic roundhouse and turned it into entertainment kind of venues. So all this area was completely covered by rail, and now it's offices, hotels, condos, tourist attractions. It's a complete change from the way it used to be. The area is just about fully developed, South Core. So I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of changes. They've just finished up a few condo towers and a office tower. So now I think just about every major plot of land has been developed. The city keeps moving east and west with new developments growing the downtown core. This is a ghost town. There is nobody for miles and miles. One thing that I like here is that most of the condos and office towers are lined with retail on major streets. Like this, I think we're walking on Bremner now, and that whole strip ahead is going to be restaurants, cafes, and a bar. On the other side of the street are like the hotel has restaurants. So it's fairly animated. There's a lot of people out during the summer, unlike today. Usually it's full of tourists. The hotel across the street is one of the largest hotels in Toronto. I think it's got 500 rooms, but it's a fairly big hotel. There you got a coffee, a cafe. Takeout only. All these restaurants are open and the cafe is open. It's just that you can't sit inside or outside. They did have at one point where you could sit outside, but once COVID got really bad, they canceled that, and they're planning to reopen it during the summer if the COVID numbers go down. But here are all the restaurants in the area that fortunately have still survived. Toronto has lost a whole lot of restaurants and bars and businesses to COVID, but there's still a fair amount of strips where most of the restaurants are still able to survive. This is the sports bar. Oops. Here you got a strip of offices. They're all attached to the underground city, the path. There you got condos, ICE condos. They are one of the tallest condo developments in the city. There's something like 4 retail establishments there, but none of them have been rented yet. I think they're all pretty much waiting for COVID to get better, and then hopefully all these spaces will be rented out. There's restaurants in these buildings here, in these office towers, and smaller businesses. If you go inside and you walk along the path, you'll see like drugstores and all different kinds of businesses. We are heading to Scotia Theatre. Scotia Arena, sorry. And this is where the Toronto Raptors play basketball. A lot of concerts go on here. People like Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande. All the big entertainers usually play here. I think it's about 20,000 seat arena. And you got a hotel on the corner too. So everything is mostly connected underground or above. In this area it's above ground. Once you get south of the railway tracks, things go above ground. Although you can go underground from the building across the street, Maple Leaf Square, and then you get to the condos. There's an underground connection here. In Maple Leaf Square, they have a sports store, there's a bank, there is a big Longo's grocery store, and there is one of the best and biggest sports bars in the city is located there. There you got the ICE condos. Maple Leaf Square. And over here you see the retail outlets that are empty right now. This building is fairly new, so it might take a little while for all the stores to become used. The spaces, rather. So straight ahead is the Gardiner Expressway. Once you go under there, you are outside of the South Core District and you are in the Waterfront District. There is the main entrance to the condo. The Gardiner Expressway is in rough condition. It needs to be renovated. although I would prefer it to be torn down, but that's probably not going to happen. It's going to cost $1 billion to renovate and fix this Gardiner Expressway. And once you come out of here, you're at a new condo, and across the street is an office tower. It's a cool looking building, 10 York Street. Lobby's kind of has an interesting design. We're 1 block away from the waterfront in this area. Now, right around this corner, you're going to see a nice new establishment. It's kind of hidden. Not too many people know about it. But a new Tim Hortons just opened here. It's a bit out of the way. You can walk right by it without seeing it. If you continue down York Street. Though few people know it's there, it just opened, so. Okay. So, we are now on the corner of York Street, and right across the street there is what's going to be a park. It's going to be called Love Park. They're going to have a huge fountain in the middle shaped like a heart. And then they're going to have some kind of a light fixture hanging above the pond, and shaped like a heart. And looks like it's going to be a pretty cool park. And here we have an office tower, but it's also got some shopping inside, which is where I'm heading. Gonna do a little bit of shopping. Gonna check out Dollarama, get a few necessities, and then they have a grocery store. Head to the grocery store there. The streets are pretty much dead. On a normal day, a year ago or a year and a half ago, the streets would be full of people walking here and there, people heading home from work, going to work, going shopping. And now you almost see nobody walking around here. Although there's still a lot of people living in the condo towers. There's 2 condo towers attached to this office complex. So there are people in here shopping, just not a lot. Fortunately, when I've been to the Dollarama in here, it's never that crowded. So you don't have to worry about COVID. They opened a food court restaurant area. I think it was on the 3rd floor. And it closed down recently. Obviously due to COVID. There's very few workers in these buildings. The thing is, a lot of the office towers have very low vacancy now because a lot of people are working from home. So the offices are rented. It's just that the people that work for the companies in those office towers are not going to work. So the stores cannot make much profit. The restaurants are having a hard time surviving. And it's a shame for Toronto's underground city, the Path, because there's about 1,200 to 1,400 restaurants, stores, and businesses. And since there's nobody going to work in the office towers, they're having a hard time surviving. Here you got some artwork taken from a building that was on this site, an industrial building I think it was, and there was a piece of art there done by Banksy when he was in Toronto, and so they got to keep it. The developers kept it and put it inside the building as a destination piece of art. So now we're walking in the retail section. And most of the stores are closed. Across the street you have the Scotiabank Arena, as well as the condos. The makeup stores are closed, the haircutting place is closed, everything's shut down. Mostly. The grocery store is open. And this also is usually pretty crowded with people walking through the path system and people that live in the building. But you don't see a lot of people in buildings. I think possibly maybe people have gone to the suburbs, people that don't have to go to work, people that can work from home, because this building is usually full of people, and now when you walk through here you don't even see people that live in the building, the residents walking around. It's very rare that you see anybody here. It's usually pretty empty. And then here, if you go a floor up, you go to Dollarama, which is still open because it has cleaning supplies, it has a little bit of food, and it has cutlery, it has electronics, so you can buy like extension cords or tape or little duct tape, things that you need. So this video is coming to an end soon. Once I get into the Dollarama, I gotta shut it off, because if they catch you filming in Dollarama, any store, security's on your ass in like 2 minutes. I've done a few discreet videos where I film inside, but it's not long before I get caught. Okay, this is coming to an end, so thanks for watching the video, and I will see you next time. I'll continue this walk in a different video. Bye bye.